Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Briareos Kerensky and welcome to the unboxing of Granblue Fantasy Versus. The Japanese edition, of course, as the zero rating logo down here testifies. I've bought this limited edition on AmiAmi and it came with an exclusive bonus. You know what? Let's take a look at it right now. This is the exclusive bonus from AmiAmi, a poster with, two men on it. I don't really know why they chose these two characters, but here you have them. The poster itself is standard A2 size, so it's 42 centimeters tall and just slightly less than 60 centimeters wide. It's printed on semi-transparent plastic. The colors are a bit muted, but there are no smudges and details are sharp. Back to the limited edition that has its box, let's say, encased in a dust jacket. On front there is just the title of the game alongside Cygames and PS4 logos, and on the back we have a cornucopia of screenshots describing the game, 6 in total. Down here the contents. I said that these were the contents, but I was wrong. This is, let's call it an advertisement for the mobile game. Inside this limited edition you can find a code that you can redeem for some in-game items in what is in fact the origin of Granblue Fantasy. The contents of the limited edition are up here, something that, to be honest, I completely missed while I was showing you the box around. And inside here you can find, well, the game, of course, this limited box, soundtrack CD, art book, and a number of things like a PlayStation 4 theme, a PSN avatar, and other goodies to use in-game. And down below the technical details. The box proper on its front cover has Gran, Lyra and Virn, and behind them, characters I don't really know. My knowledge of Granblue Fantasy is limited to the anime series and about 2 weeks of the mobile game. And in front of the cast shown here there is the title of the game that you can barely make out, and before moving to the back, the cover is printed with a glossy finish, and especially the background has a silvery slash almost golden look. But on the side just the title of the game, on the back nothing but the logo of the game. Let's see if I can... okay. Now you can clearly see it. And on the other side the contents. But before those, top and bottom, absolutely nothing. So, game, card, special soundtrack, and of course the art book is special as well. The front cover of the game is busy with the whole cast fighting in Granblue Fantasy Versus, and Gran, Lyra and Virn aside, there are some familiar faces even for someone like me who doesn't really play the mobile game. The spine, well, nothing much to say about it. And on the back, the same screenshots we've seen on the dust jacket for the outer box, the same advertisement for the mobile game, and of course the same technical details. Inside, well, there is the disc. Apparently below that is just, oh well, here are whatever cautions are here for, even PlayStation VR, but of more interest are these very small leaflets The leaflets start off with what looks like a very poor attempt at a manual with basic controls on one side and on the other more advanced game techniques. Then we have the code for in-game items, and here is how to redeem it. And lastly, there is an advertisement for the Blu-ray and DVD of the second season of the anime. On the other side, well, the on-sale schedule, and yeah, if you buy Blu-rays and DVDs, you get in-game items if you really want to. This card with a super deformed Wyrn on a side holds a PSN code on the other, and as you probably saw before, the card has well, not quite an holographic finish, but it shines in well, let's say funny way. It's rare to see soundtracks held in such an elaborate case inside video game limited editions, and I'm quite happy. The title is not really visible unless I angle the case like this. This is of course the special soundtrack of Granblue Fantasy Versus, which on the front cover has Katarina playing a guitar, it appears to be so. And here we have Ellie, I think that's her name, totally. And the illustration continues on the back with characters I don't really know. And this is the complete outside of this case. And inside there are the credits for the apparently only 15 tracks included in this. Below the disc just the logo of the game, and the disc has a very nice satin silvery finish. The special art book continues this limited edition tradition of having fancy printing techniques on its cover. This is a Bordeaux, almost deep crimson finish on the front cover, and of course on the back. Quite a nice touch, I must say. And let's go inside. Game front cover, box front cover, character artwork, the two guys on the Yami Yami poster. This is not a single character but a group of one, but so I'm a bit disappointed that some of the characters I know from the series are not in the base game, but have been already confirmed as paid DLC, because apparently Arc System Works is very good at this, and especially people that are into Granblue Fantasy are most probably well versed into paying for extra content. I don't really remember if the Jetta is available from the start in the base game, or she has to be bought as an extra DLC. So chibi characters most probably are for the chat room, if this follows the usual ArcSys work structure. Very classy, this illustration. Well, in fact, I'd say that a lot of promotional material is rather elaborate in graphical style. Yeah, rookie. I mean, Ragna, no matter how much I love Blaze Blue, will never reach Soul Bad Guy in badness. So Gran is even worse than Ragna in that case. Even yes, I know he's the hero of that game. But still, Soul Bad Guy is Soul Bad Guy. It's not like you can easily outmatch him. So, I know her, I don't quite remember her name correctly, but she's one of the DLC characters, unfortunately. Let's see if I can... Yep. And I spent, as I said previously, a couple of weeks playing the mobile game. I got up to, I think, the second island. I didn't progress a lot. And after a while, for about a week or so, I simply logged into the game to get the login bonuses and nothing more. I kinda liked it. It was like a console RPG with equipment, a lot of numbers, party composition, weaknesses, strengths, and stuff like that. But the interface kinda killed it for me. I found the interface incredibly cumbersome, and the biggest problem I had with the game. And due to the interface, call me crazy, yes, I stopped playing it. Not to mention that I started playing Granblue Fantasy when I was already playing both Girls Frontline and Azure Lane. So a third game was a bit too much. Well, a fourth game, I still log in daily in Fire Emblem Heroes, but I don't really play it, unless it's for very fast events, like the Voting Gauntlet. So I see a lot of characters for collaborations, but also a lot of characters from Granblue that are not included in the base game and are teased as DLC, which is a rather vile tactic, I'd say. Concept art. Okay, once again I have to rotate this art book around a lot. And these are the enemies, I guess. Main bad guy, maybe. And we're done. The first of the two codes included in the limited edition of Granblue Fantasy Versus gives access to 29 PSN avatars and a theme. The theme has two wallpapers, depending on where your cursor is, a complete set of icons, and its own sound effects. The second code is for in-game items. Content-wise, the limited edition of Granblue Fantasy Versus is nothing special. There is a soundtrack, there is an art book, a bunch of digital downloads, but everything in here oozes quality. Everything is very well done. I particularly like the case for the special soundtrack and all the printing/glossy techniques used all around the content. The digital downloads are the cherry on top. So, a first hour play of this game will follow very soon, and I don't really know if I'll do a full review of this. I'll really have to see. But in the meantime, I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing and you'll stick around for more. Briarios Kerensky, over and out.